wanted to share this sequence with you for this day today. And it's supposed to be for balancing empowerment with surrender, integrating the light and the shadow through mindful movement. And just trying to be going for a transformation. So I do have my notes here, and I kind of just want to take time to go through what this, the sequence is during. So it's going to be one of those practicing while I'm doing and sharing. So I'm going to start just in a seated position, nice and comfy, and focusing on inhaling radiant, courageous light and exhaling old patterns. So just gonna sit comfortably and having that thought in mind as we inhale and exhale. And we can think about saying to ourselves, I am safe to face my death. Okay? So remember, we're exhaling old patterns and we're inhaling radiant, courageous light. Nice deep breath, inhaling that light. And maybe a nice sigh, exhaling those old patterns. You can place your hands wherever you feel comfortable. One more here. Okay, from here, remember, I'm going to keep looking at my notes, and I just want to go through this slowly, practicing alongside with you. Okay, so nice breaths in and out, always trying to match our breath with our movement. So take a nice inhale, bringing the arm up, right arm, and exhaling over to the left. And we'll just do that alternating sides. You can continue to think about inhaling light and exhaling old things that don't belong. Maybe let's bring a gentle twist into this. So inhaling, center, and then twisting to the left, exhaling. Center, and maybe let's come to do a few neck rolls. So bringing your head around in a circle, Inhale as you tilt back. Exhale as you are chin to chest. Opposite direction. Maybe some shoulder rolls. Switch directions. I'd like to invite you to do any movement that suits you, that serves you in this moment. I'm doing what I have planned, but please listen to your body and feel free to modify and change anything, add anything, subtract anything. I'm tucking my toes now just to kind of get some energy going in the toes, and then maybe flip to the tops of the feet and massage them into the mat. Always keeping in mind, inhaling light, exhaling what doesn't serve you, anything you want to transform. Come to a tabletop. We can bring our hands, putting some pressure there and turning them side to side, maybe turning the fingertips inward, rocking gently back and forth. Maybe even coming to the tops of the hands and putting some gentle pressure there and seeing what that feels like. Just really explore and experimenting is really what it's all about. Seeing what you're feeling in the moment. Maybe taking notes on anything, coming around here in a circle. You can take notes, during your yoga sessions, your movements. Just maybe you notice something that you want to revisit later. All right, so we're gonna come here for our cat-cow, and we're gonna be thinking about melting the boundaries between ego and being. So here we can notice any tension that may be stored in the spine, okay? So inhale, in this position, bringing your tummy towards the mat. Exhale, rounding the back, pressing away from the floor, bringing the chin to the chest. Really take your time. Maybe you can sway your hips from side to side as you do this. Feel free to pause the video at any time if you want to be in a pose a little longer. All right, let's come to neutral spine, and we're going to go to thread the needle. So in thread the needle, we can think about surrendering through twisting, okay, going inward and underneath, and just thinking about renewal and transformation. All right, so let's keep that in mind. Let's bring our right hands up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bring it through underneath that left hand. You can leave your left hand here, or you can bring it above the head. breathe here. A couple of breaths. Even bring this arm behind your back. One more breath here. Okay, gently pressing up from there. We're gonna go to the other side. So inhaling the left hand up and exhaling, bringing it through. Bring that right arm above the head. Side of my head and cheek is on the mat. Really explore different things. How do they feel? Think about changing old ways, old beliefs, old patterns. You don't have to do the same all the time. Pressing away from the floor, lifting yourself up. We're gonna go into a standing position and going into some hip circles. So in our hip circles, we're gonna think about releasing control, connecting with energy and just activating the energies, releasing any fears or guilt. And like I said, anything old, any old emotions, any old patterns, just kind of focusing on this area. And we're gonna go into those hip circles, nice and slow. Taking deep breaths. Just gonna switch directions here. And these hip circles can look very different for all of us. We can do big ones, we can do small ones. I like to do a combination of both. So I'm going for my smaller hip circle now. And really just go where you feel. Making sure to go both ways. And as always, it's a reminder to self that it's not what we look like when we're doing, it's what we're feeling, right? It's the intention that we're putting into each movement. Okay, from here we're gonna go into our mountain pose for stability, confidence, making sure our spine is in nice good alignment, grounding the feet into the surface and lifting our crown. Okay, so we're gonna go into that. Let's take a few breaths there. Feeling all of those things. You can continue breathing in and out through your mouth with the sighs, or you can just breathe in and out through your nose. A couple more breaths here. Focusing on what you're feeling in this pose. We're gonna prepare to go into a chair pose. Again, this looks different for everybody in each day, each moment. So we're going to be focusing on building a fire here, right? The legs, building some energy, feeling us awaken from within, and just facing the discomfort. Okay, so our feet can be as close or apart as you need them to be. Feet firmly into the surface. Always trying to bring the belly button in towards the spine. You can bring your hands out right in front of you. If you feel comfortable, you can bring them up higher. And just kind of sitting back. Like I said, it's gonna look different for everybody. I'm not focused about the way it looks. I'm just kind of feeling to where you'd like to go with this chair pose. Take a few breaths. If you feel a little discomfort, see how far you can go breathing through that. Let's take another breath. Whew. A nice little burn. Okay. So from here, we're gonna come into a warrior two. I'm not gonna do a vinyasa, we're just gonna step right into the pose. So a reminder, we're gonna be focusing on presence and purpose. Okay, let's think about embodying strength, being aware of direction, reclaiming personal power, moving through tension with grace, not domination. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go into that. I want to try to remember everything, but I don't know if I will. So I might come out of the pose and take a look. So let's come into that. Let's bring our right foot back. And in warrior two, we're having our back toes to face the side of the mat. Front leg is bent. And just trying to find that alignment here where the front leg is bent, but you're still kind of upright. Bringing our hands out to the side, shoulder height. Standing strong here. Try to bend a little bit more into that front leg. Nice deep breaths. Again, experiment here. You can have your hands on your waist. You can have them behind your back. And we're gonna come back into a reverse warrior two. So take a nice inhale and exhale, bringing the back hand to touch the back leg and the front hand up if possible. We're gonna go into a side angle. Have patience with me. Our side angle, we're expanding, continuing to ground, and we're encouraging our balance between assertion and surrender. Okay, so we're gonna come into that, and we can either have our forearm on our thigh, or we can bring our hand down to a block or the mat. Balancing. a burn. All right, step out of here. Let's bring our feet together and kind of just march it out gently. Noticing the sensations that we're feeling in this moment. And now we're going to do that on the opposite side. I'm going to remind us of what we are focusing on, because in the moment I sure do forget. So bringing the left leg back. So now left toes are facing the side of the mat. Front leg, the toes are facing the front of the mat. And trying to bring a bend to that front leg. Hips are also facing the side. Try to be upright here. Arms shoulder height. And feel free to come in and out of that. Adjusting the feet. And presence, purpose we're thinking here. Strength. Where are we going? Reclaiming our personal power. Moving through tension with grace, not domination. And the next exhale, we'll come back for that reverse warrior. And then to that side angle where we can have our forearm on the thigh, bringing our top arm up to the sky or leaving it on our waist. Remembering that we can also bring this hand down to the surface. And we're expanding, grounding still, always grounding, encouraging balance between what we're declaring, what we're surrendering to. Notice what you're feeling. Gently coming up out of that, bringing the feet together. I'm feeling a lot of different sensations, and maybe it's everything I'm releasing, my intentions, but it kind of feels like something I've never felt before in that pose. And just breathe through that. And this is exactly what I mean. Even though we have a plan here, you must do what your body is feeling like doing, right? Just listen, really be here, be present, and listen, follow. From here, we're gonna go into wide fold. So in our wide fold, we're gonna think about letting go, right? Letting gravity draw out what we no longer need. So we can think about each exhale surrendering control. So bring your legs farther apart and just come into this fold. And this can look so different for everybody. We can have our hands on blocks, on a chair, on a table. We can open wider apart. We can come to our forearms. Just releasing the head towards the surface. Thinking about surrendering. right? Surrendering and letting go. Whatever doesn't serve us, it's just like it's falling away. Take a few breaths here. And in each exhale, you can think about going deeper in your fold. Couple more breaths here. Okay. If you're ready, you can begin to bring your feet closer together. And you can come right down to the surface. And then turn the page. And we're gonna head over to pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, right? You can come here and do it this way and fold over or even stay upright. Or we can come and lay down and do a supine pigeon pose, which that's what I'm gonna do. So in this pigeon pose, we're gonna think about deep emotional release, any stored emotion in the hips, and allowing grief, tension, fear to surface gently, okay? Just feeling compassion for anything that arises. Sometimes, you know, you might even get a little emotional, have a little flowing of tears, and that is okay. So just having compassion for yourself and for whatever emotions you are feeling. So bringing, if you're in the supine position, we're gonna bring the right ankle to the left thigh and just bring the left thigh towards. You can totally stay here and put some light pressure on the thigh, or you can bring your thigh towards your chest, wrap your hand around your thigh. Remember, and each exhale is a chance for us to release further, to deepen the pose, deepen the stretch. You can also bring your hands around your shin if that feels comfortable. You can also use a strap here if you have one, even a small piece of cloth or a band, a mini band, right? Anything that you can hold on to and kind of bring your leg closer to you. Feel free to rock from side to side here. Beautiful. I'm gonna go to the other side. Remember, feel free to pause the video at any time that you feel you need some more moments in that pose. Any pose. Focus on releasing, facing. In order to transform, in order to make changes, we have to see, we have to feel, and we have to face. what is there. And sometimes we think that already happened. Hey, we already did this. You may need to do it again and again and again. We are constantly changing. We are constantly transforming and becoming. We are constantly removing things. From here, I believe we're gonna go into a bridge. Yes, can go into a bridge, which I feel like we could have done before. You know what? Let's go into our supine twist, and then we'll go into our bridge. So our twist, we are focusing on detoxing. Anything with folding and twisting is always, for me, a form of release as well. So twisting, we're helping to bring out physical and energetic stagnation. So let's go into that twist from here, which is usually followed by that pigeon. And here we can put a block or a cloth, a pillow between our knees if we'd like. You can hold on to the knees and put a little light pressure, and I like to look in the opposite direction of where my knees are. You can also bring that bottom leg straight and fold over the opposite leg. One more breath here. And gently coming to the opposite side. Again, thinking about all your options. Maybe you want to try different ones. And even though each pose has its thing, its forms of release, always keeping in mind that we are inhaling light in that inhale and we are exhaling whatever doesn't serve us, anything that's old, anything we want to release. Okay, now we can come into our bridge. And in our bridge, we are heart opening. We are experiencing rebirth. So let's think about that. Let's think about opening ourselves up here, pressing through our heels, lifting the hips from the floor. And you can also do a supported version of this. So you can bring a pillow beneath you or even blocks to support you if you want to feel more supported and more relaxed in this pose. So again, pushing through the heels and trying to have our thighs coming towards each other. I'm forever practicing this pose. You can also bring your shoulders beneath you and kind of clasp your fingers. One more breath here. And gently releasing. And from there brings us to our last pose, where we can have our legs up against a wall, or maybe have your calves on a chair. or small table. You can even just be in resting in Savasana, okay, with your palms up. You can have your feet wider apart and have your knees knocked in. So we're just relaxing in this last pose and really focusing on receiving and renewal, okay? Think about this affirmation. I release control and embrace transformation. I release control and embrace transformation. I stand in my light with humility and strength. It's another one. I stand in my light with humility and strength. So I'm going to lay here for a couple of minutes. Feel free to turn off the video and stay in rest. Want to stay here, please, I encourage you to shut off the video and stay here in this rest pose, receiving, renewing, feeling. If you're ready to just jump out of this, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes, bring your knees in towards your chest, give yourself a big hug. Gently bringing the knees to one side, pressing yourself up from the floor. I would like to stay longer, but in this moment I cannot. So I just want to thank you for practicing with me. I'm going to post some journal prompts that you can do before and after. And just let's remember releasing control and embracing transformation, standing in our light with humility and strength. So thank you to all that came before us and laid down this path of mindfulness, mindful movement, the breath, just the focus on presence and what it can do for our whole being, and how by doing this as an individual, how it can ripple, how it can affect so many others. Just one individual doing this can make a difference in many. So thank you to all of those that came before us. Thank you to all the universal energies. Just thank you. Thank you to our shadows and to light. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice deep breath in. And releasing that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The light in me sees the light in you. Have a beautiful, blessed day.